How's it going, guys? Interact here. We're back with more Katawa Shoujo. I'm not really sure what happened. If I last remembered, we met Rin. We... I think that should be it. Really, that's the only thing that really popped out because that was when all hell broke loose. Cats screaming like banshees and running to the garage door. And then my dog was barking and then crickets were chirping. I closed the door, thank God. So hopefully nothing doesn't go wrong again. And hopefully my sister does not come in and like say, hey, look at this, and then she uses her iPhone and then like wastes like 2 minutes, and then hopefully that doesn't happen in this session because I really want to actually get through this without being distracted. And trains, mostly trains. The end of the world as we know it, yes. Like weekends usually are, but more dire. Much more dire. Maybe I'll postpone my nap to unforeseen future. You are truly a mysterious person. I'm about to ask what project she has and what are these apocalyptic consequences, but she walks away and walks away. Where am I getting these words from? Well, she walks back into the classroom. Oh, art classroom. Since you have nothing to do, would you give me a hand? I see what you did there. This paint can't just fit into my bag, but I need it. She kicks lightly at a huge can of paint that's lying on the floor next to the table she was sitting and sleeping on. Well, that's not. We still need to steal this plywood. It lets out a dull clang. Being the gentleman I am, I naturally pick it up. Heavy. Yeah, sure. Where do you need to take it? Away. You know, I carried paint cans and stuff, but like, it depends on the size how heavy the paint can is. If it's like one of those medium-sized paint cans, it's like barely your shin, like from your foot to your shin. That's not heavy. But if it's like, well, I'm like 5'8", 5'9", somewhere around there, and there's this huge paint can that's like a gallon, and yeah, of course that would be heavy. And with that, she takes off to the hallway. Me and the paint can following since there's little choice for either of us. Don't drop it. Don't drop it. The hallway is quiet and empty now, with Shizune and Misha gone, so we two leave towards the stairwell at the other end. How many stairwells are there? Every 10 or 15 or 20 steps I have to change the can from one hand to another because the thin handle cuts into my palm. At least it keeps my arms from tiring too fast. Rin strolls on beside me with an uneven pace that I have trouble matching, or maybe I am walking weird because of the extra weight. It seems one of us is constantly walking too slow or too fast. I can't figure out which. Maybe if you make it parallel. Okay, never mind. 2 flights of stairs below, trouble appears in the form of the head nurse and his fox-like grin. Hey! Hi, Brock. Ah, Mr. Nakai. What a happy coincidence. Tezuka too, of course. Oh, yay. Can I pick your nose? He nods courteously to Rin, who does not acknowledge him back, then turns to me because obviously it's me who he had some business with. I have some business with you. There is something I forgot to mention on Monday. I nod and wait impassively because I can't even begin to guess what he forgot. The feeling of the handle delving into my skin doesn't make me feel enthusiastic about this interruption either. It's about your medications. Since you haven't been that long on your current medications, there might be some unexpected side effects, which might require adjusting dosages or even changing to another kind of medication. So we will do a few tests regularly, but what I want is for you to keep an eye on everything in your condition that feels off. If you get what I mean, am I gonna take fat, nausea, headache, anything? And come see me if something happens. That's weird. Alright. So how are you? Everything fine? I give up and drop the can to the floor before answering him. Apparently this takes longer than my biceps can handle. Biceps! I'm about to say something generic as an answer, but then I realize how often I've done that lately. Other people have asked me that too. Teachers and students here, my parents, visitors, nurses, doctors at the hospital. Everyone seems to be concerned about that. It's natural for a hospital, not so much for school. Except school. Yeah, you're in a new school, come on dude. This is a small school, and both the student base and the facility seem to be very tightly knit. It's like, it's like if you're dating something, if you screw something up, you're like, oh crap, and then you gotta redo it all over again, and then you realize that at the very beginning you did it wrong, so you gotta start all over. Be like, how do I knit this? I don't know knitting, so I don't know where I'm going with this. At least that's the feeling I'm getting. And this is not the kind of school that gets transfer students too often. The thought sends shivers up my spine, but I give a generic answer anyway. Oh, you're so a generic person. That's great. Also, oh, voice crack. Also, one other thing. My sources tell me that you haven't been on neither the school track nor even the pool, so I'd like to know if you'd have taken up exercising as I asked. Of course I haven't, but his way of inquiring gives me the feeling that I should have been running my ass off on the track since the very first day. No! You have people spying on me? Not as such, I just happen to know a few people, but that's not the issue here, so don't try to step out of it. Well, I was actually just doing some improvised weightlifting as an exercise. Oh, you're such a smartass. I pick up and lift the can up and down a few times like some sad imitation of a bodybuilder, even though it's weighing down on my arms painfully. The stupid grin disappears from his face for a second, then comes back like it was never gone. Tezuka, would you give us a second? Dennis grabs me by the shoulder without waiting for Ren's permission, which he didn't need in the first place, and dragged me aside. When I told you to exercise, I wasn't joking. I understand that you are still on your first week and all, but please don't ignore the importance of this. The reason I'm coming down this hard on you is that habits are not easy to form. The more you slip and postpone, the harder it will be. It's the same with everything, like dieting. And uploading. A lot, really. If something goes down, thinking you're gonna table flip, and then be like, oh, I gotta upload, I got to reconnect this and this and this, and then do this all over again. Can you promise me to be more serious about this from now on? Okay. I'm not really sure if I should go yes, because I don't want to see Emmy, because I was kind of about the shed scene, and that's the only thing that stuck with me throughout the entire playthrough of Emmy's path, so I was like, yeah, maybe, no, I mean, he gives me a nasty sort of look when I say that, making me try to take back the word. I mean, I don't know. I'm still trying to get used to the school. I'll promise to try though. You're not being very convincing there, Hisao. Tip number 1. Medical professionals are not amused if you take their advice lightly. Oh, did I screw up? What's up with him? As if a day or two would make that such of a difference. I didn't do anything at the hospital either. Yeah, okay. Sorry. He studies me for a moment, then shrugs, smiling again. Okay, that's more like it. If you go into the school track tomorrow morning, you'll meet my spy, who probably has no qualms offering consultation to you if you want to jog a bit. Consultation? See you around. Well, isn't he just a nice fellow? He leaves with a wave of his hand and no answer, and I walk to Rin, who has been waiting, idly leaning against the hallway wall and staring at the pale lighting fixtures in the ceiling. Man, look at that ceiling. Oh my god, actually looks pretty weird. Even when I approach, she doesn't move her eyes off them. Are you getting medications for your heart thingy? Were you listening? It comes more customary. It sounds so weird. Than I intended, accidentally lashing out on her. But even so, I don't really want to start talking about it. I just met her. I don't know her. It's not her business. And this is crazy. Ha. Douche. The nurse seems to be happily ignorant about confidentiality, too, talking about that kind of thing in public. But it's not Rin's fault, is it? I look up at her, suddenly feeling a bit guilty, but Rin is just staring past my shoulder quizzically, her head tilted like a bird's. Sigh. I don't know why this is so hard for me. It feels like there is some inexplicable lock that prevents me from being more upfront about this. Yeah, they're from my heart. Will they make you better? No, not really. They just make me a little less worse. Rin keeps looking at me for a while longer, and she neither says anything further nor displays any kind of emotion I could discern. I'm thankful that she doesn't. I think I'm still not quite used to all of this. At the hospital it was easy, but I still haven't sorted my feelings about having to live a normal life with this disability. We're back. Hey. Look at that. Wait, why is that the only thing yellow here? Like everything's like all plain and then this yellow. I never realized that. We leave the main building and it leads us onwards towards the dorm. We stop at the small patch of greenery in front of the dorm building. Oh wow, I came in. You know, dorm building. The dorm is built on a slightly elevated ground with a wall and a few trees that everyone has to circle around every time they come or go. It's probably the only inconvenient design in the school. You know, yeah, best idea ever. Just have a tree just hanging out there. Be like, hey, I'm a tree. I'm gonna be one of your obstacles to get into your dorm. So, suck on these branches. Oh, okay, never mind. The entire wall, made of the same kind of bricks as the building itself, has been covered with some sort of painting. Most of it is still mere sketches, quick lines drawn with black and white against the gray plaster that covers almost the entire length of the wall, but some places look a bit more finished. There were human faces and legs and hands. I can't quite say what the painting as a whole might portray. Stacks of what seem to be paint cans are arranged in piles on the ground, beside the wall. I see the left side is hardly off the ground yet. It's because I couldn't get in the mood yesterday, so I gave up and went to meditate instead. Then it was suddenly morning. I have to work on it, but the guys from art class are helping with the negative spaces and base surfaces whenever, which is a problem. It's easy to paint big areas if there are a lot of people with hands. The reach is better and it's faster too. She goes on a tangent of a tangent, waving a little with her arm or whatever it there actually is to demonstrate, even though I got the point already. The white kind of whose sleeve flaps around, and it makes me think it could look sadder than it does. But it makes me feel out of place, like almost every tangible reminder of the student bases special properties has in the past few days. This girl doesn't notice my dreary feelings, of course, or the fact that she lost me a while ago already, and just keeps on blabbering. She's like Kenji, but like not feminist type. She's more like calm. So that's why I'm trying to figure out if there is something I need to figure it out. What? Okay, and then figure that out before it's too late and all hope is lost. Why would the hope be lost? Because paint has to be painted, and then it has to dry, and then it has to be painted over with another kind of paint. It takes time. She finally stops, apparently thinking she made some kind of statement that makes sense. I think it's best to start from the top. So, this is your project. Oh no! So this is your project. You did this? I don't even have the internet up. Are you kidding me? I don't even have the internet up. I'm gonna disconnect from my internet now because apparently it's gonna come out of nowhere again. Yes. Like, my internet's not up. I don't know why it does that. It does that a lot if I have the internet up, but all of a sudden, no. It's like, hey, I'm gonna ruin your recording. Ha! All of it? Freaking douche. I hate how it pops up randomly though. Yes. Nice, but I stumble with my words, suddenly feeling like I've walked straight into the minefield of political incorrectness. It's okay, you can say it. I probably won't get mad. I can never imagine her being mad, really. She's like she's calm. I blush really hard. I don't really know what would be the right thing to say, if any. It feels that I'm way more sensitive than Rin is, though. This is really awkward. Don't you want to ask? How do you paint without hands? See, I'm an easy person to talk to, right? With my feet. I almost guessed that already, but isn't that hard to do? Hey, look, she's actually smiling. You're good at guessing. Anyway, I don't think it is, but maybe I'm used to it by now. I still want to eat food with my foot. I'm pretty interested in that. I can't get my mind around the fact that she could be an artist, but seeing how adept she was using her feet to eat, I figure painting might not be a problem either. Neither of us have nothing more to add to the subject. The afternoon light works pretty well. I was afraid it would look too flat, but it's not like that after all. I think it's actually pretty interesting. I wanted to see what it looks like in dim light. Do you think it's flat? Well, paintings tend to be flat. Not like that flat, flat like some people are. No substance, no meat, where there should be some. I know a few guys, okay, I get it, but I couldn't really tell. I'm not that good with art. I can't name many artists or artistic terms. so I don't really have anything to say. Cool colors, blue. That's the only thing I actually remember from art class. Rin shrugs her shoulders at that, saying suit yourself without saying it, and looks up at the sky as if trying to look for something up there. Are you looking for the dragon? Freaking dragon right there. Ooh. I didn't think I'd get an actual work done, but if you gave me a hand with the paints, I could do a little before it's too dark. I wanted to get a halogen lamp. Where do I get map from? Lamp that like the ones they have at the sports track, but there aren't any. Rainy sure is quick to recruit my help as was Shizune. It really makes me feel that the festival is such a big project that every pair of hands is needed. These hands will control the festival. Why not? I'm not really sure if I can be of any help though. It's just mixing some paint, you can do that. Probably. Do you have motor control problems, like, you know, those people who have some? Do I get to wear a helmet? Cerebral palsy, maybe? Not that I know of. I get it, heart thingy has nothing to do with that. She gives me a sly look for no reason. No, it doesn't. Let's do it then. Look, you actually made someone happy. So she sits on an empty wooden box and very naturally picks up a wide brush between the toes of her bare right foot. I'm guessing she's right-handed now. I open a few of the cans and pour some of the contents into shallow bowls for mixing. The thick paints flow lazily from the can to the bowl like syrup. I like syrup. I mix them, creating funny, hypnotic-looking swirl patterns that melt quickly into each other to form a new, monotone hue. Rin sets to work every now and then, asking me for a hand with something or the other. You know, I just realized that's like a stick man right there. Finding different brushes is easy enough, but mixing the paints to be the exact tone, this girl is apparently saying in her head it's a frustrating ordeal. She wants precision down to the last millimeter before she is satisfied, but her instructions are obscure at best. Add half of a splash of green. I crouch it down to pick up the can of bright green. The other green, this green. I carefully pour some of the other green paint into the mixing bowl. No, that's almost a whole splash, more white. Is green a good color to add? Ew! Look at this guy looks constipated, like, and then his, like, looks like his eyeballs are gonna bulge out or something. No idea. You're the artist here. A hint of smile appears in the corners of her mouth. I really think, like, she's really calm, so so I guess nothing really bothers her. Do you lack an opinion? No, it's just that I have no idea. It's okay, because I just got an idea. Add more white. With this exclamation, I pour a minuscule amount of white into the bowl and mix it. It looks slightly whiter. That's not good. It has to be like the color when you wake up and you know that you saw the meaning of life in your dream but can't remember it. Meaning of... You know what I dream? Maybe it's yellow. Yellow is right there. Despite the impossibility of mixing a color like the change of seasons or any other nonsense that's being imposed on me, I find myself enjoying it more than I thought I would. You're spending time. And that still looks like a stick figure. Seeing a painting being born on the plaster wall feels like magic. I spend the moments I have between mixing paints, crouching down on the paving and just looking at her work. It feels slightly intrusive at first, like breaking some imaginary intimacy, but Rin doesn't seem to mind the least bit. Maybe it's just in my head. Her entire presence emits a completely different air as she patiently works the details, adding layers of paint on top of the layers of paint, steadily moving her foot across the wall to add new shapes. Oh, new shapes, yeah. Look at that. Stick figure still. When I manage to produce a passable mixture of paint, the rare smile on her face is oddly rewarding. Apart from the few words when discussing paint mixes, neither of us says a word for the longest time. And even those short discussions soon evolve into a shorthand, both of us developing and using wide impromptu code words for various paints and hues. As if there was some need to converse words and breathe in sound. Oh my god, that face. It's not pink yet. We stay there late into the evening until it becomes too dark to paint properly. Oh, don't tell me you fell asleep outside. Did you fall? I think you fell asleep outside. That's the first. Wait, did you? Okay, I completely forgot what happened. Did you sleep outside? Okay, you did not sleep outside. The sound of an alarm pulls me out of a fitful slumber into the unpleasant state of wakefulness. I linger under the blanket for a few minutes, gathering energy to rise up while making excuses as for why I already haven't. Honestly, I wouldn't mind staying here for all day. School is surprisingly exhausting after a long pause, and the culture shock still has not faded, I think. Still, despite getting an impression that skipping class is easy here, I don't think they are going to let me get away that easily. And the nurse is bound to keep breathing down my neck with the talk of exercising as well. So eventually I do rise up, swallow the morning medications, and put on my old soccer clothing. Thanks to my condition, I was exempted from taking part in gym classes at Yamaku, so I didn't get issued with a gym outfit. Gotta clear my throat. I'd ordered some to cover such a contingency, but wearing my old soccer clothes is kind of nostalgic. I can't use them for that anymore. So maybe they can get a new life this way, a bit like me. Seems a bit stupid to me, really. So are you gonna name your shirt and pants? Freaking name the shirt like soccer and then the pants pants? But I suppose this way at least I can tell the nurse honestly that I'm doing something about my health. Not that I was ever much of a runner to begin with. Can't hurt to try, I guess. I'm surprised to discover that I'm not the only one present at the track. Not just that, but it's a face I've seen before. The prosthetic legged girl who bowled me over in the hallway yesterday is running on the track lithely, like a half mechanical gazelle. Wait, I want to know what a gazelle is. What was her name again? It was a short one, but I can't remember. She seems to be running laps at a somewhat easy lope, her prosthetic legs clacking rhythmically on the hard track surface. I wonder what reason she has for running this early in the morning. Maybe it's something akin to mine, and the nurses are pressing the poor girl to jog just like he is oppressing me. I certainly wouldn't be here if it weren't for my health and his prompting me to do so. Whoops. And even with things being like they are, it's only because I wanted to get out of the way early. The fact that I would be less likely to encounter someone who would witness my pitiful attempts to get in shape was merely a happy accident. I'd leave, but it seems that my former assailant noticed me on her last lap. She waves at me cheerfully and jogs over. Okay, I thought saying maybe would get me out of the track scene, but I don't know if it was worth saying maybe now. Good morning. Your name is Hisao, right? She grins, seemingly pleased that she'd remembered my name. And you don't know my name. Oh wait, what? You don't remember her name? You may not remember me. Emmy, I knocked you over in the hallway yesterday. How could I forget such a blunt introduction? Emmy has the decency to look vaguely apologetic for a moment before giggling. Oh no. Yeah, sorry about that. Again. Well, so long as you don't make a habit of it, I suppose I'll be fine. Great. No. I'm not sure she realized I was joking. So the spy consultant the nurse was talking about, is that actually you? That's right. Oh. I was expecting someone from the nursing staff, to be honest. What are you saying? I don't look like I could be a spy? Well, you could be a pirate. That's for sure. No, this is more like a relief. I was afraid he would have someone to watch my every move. Unless you are here to do exactly that. No, I'm here for my own reasons. The nurse just asked me if I had seen a messy-haired transfer student who looks like he's kinda lost around the track. So, why are you down here? She strikes a dramatic pose. Training! For what? Track. You know? Okay, never mind. Ah, I see. You're on the track team then? She nods enthusiastically. Yep. I'm one of the better runners too. Better? Wouldn't it be best? And modest about it too. Hey, you should join up. It's good exercise, you know? I think that much activity is probably out of the question for me. Not for me, man. Nah, I'm not even sure that I really like running all that much. Plus, I'm just not into organized sports, you know? It's true, I never ever really got much into soccer. I mean, I'd run around with my friends and all, but that was really the only reason I ever played. It wasn't for the glory to be found on the field, that's for sure. Amy seems to understand my meaning. I see. Not that into the whole organization thing. But now you're here, I guess you're going to run together, huh? Okay, why did I just tilt my head when I was speaking? God, what? Sure, I guess. Amy seems pleased. Are you going to warm up? Real men don't warm up. Oh no, you always should warm up. Bad Hisao. She scolds me enthusiastically and then smiles and leans closer. I hate warming up too. What? She laughs suddenly. Heck, I don't even have to stretch my legs. You don't have legs. Sorry. It was necessary. As if to confirm her statement, she bounces up and down a couple of times, giving a passing impression of standing on a pair of springs. Her leg blades seem to be quite elastic. Let's go! Okay. So we both take off around the track and I can immediately see what she wasn't lying about being good at running. Amy moved fluidly, throwing herself into the run with a sort of wild abandon. She's like a wolf. I find myself concentrating more on running properly. Frankly, I don't remember if there's any particular form of running, but I can't help but feel like I'm doing it wrong, somehow. Well, you're doing it wrong. I feel awkward in comparison to Amy, who never seems to break stride. I don't think I want to do this anymore. I'm really not filling up to more than a couple of laps today and slow to a walk pretty quickly. What's going on? Oh, Amy keeps running and doesn't seem to notice I've stopped until she passes me a second time. She quickly skids to a halt, breathing steadily in contrast to my own somewhat gasping demeanor. Finished already? I hang my head ruefully. Yeah, I'm not in very good shape right now. Amy nods and then grins at me again. She seems to do a lot of smiling. Well, I wonder where she got that from. Well, the important thing is that you started, right? Next time you should just have to try to hold out longer and then longer and longer, and eventually you'll be great. I'll keep that in mind. But I think right now God dang it. I'm going to get ready for class. Shouldn't you? Amy shrugs unconcernedly. Nah, I've got plenty of time. I noticed that she's not wearing a watch. Are you sure? Another careless shrug. I have a watch. I'll show you time. I'm freaking father time all up in here. Not really, but I've got to finish my routine. See you later, Hisao. Yeah, see ya. Apart from feeling more tired than before, I don't think I accomplished anything today. I'm so out of shape it's embarrassing. The whole thing might have been a waste of time. I'll find some other way. I head back to the dorms to wash and change into my uniform, trying to resist the urge to take a really long and hot shower. I'm tired from all the running, so I just want to unwind, but I don't want to break my slowly building routine of getting to school before the morning rush. Morning rush? Freaking for the horde. Oh, no, not this part. No, I don't want this part. I'm just taking a long shower anyway. I dry myself off and get out of the stall to put on my clothes. Hi, Kenji. Out of nowhere, a shadow appears within the mist, looming and radiating malicious intent. It bursts through the fog. Okay, I'm not censoring this because it's a random leaf test, so thank God. Sup? What are you doing here? What the hell? You scared me. What's your problem? I should be asking you that. I've been looking for you all over the place, man. What do you mean, all over the place? I want to ask if he's been looking for me like that, stark naked, but hold my tongue back. Wouldn't surprise me. I finally realized that I'm still naked too and quickly hold up my shirt in front of me, but Kenji doesn't seem to notice a thing. He's blind, don't worry, just walk away. His glasses are fogged up, but then, why doesn't he wipe them off? Is his vision so bad it's like he's perpetually seeing through fog? You know, your room and yeah, that's it. Hey, I mean, I still had to get up. Though, whatever, it's not a point. Can I borrow some money? He puts on an innocent face. That's not innocent, that's like, I'm gonna rob you. And looks away, trying very hard to look very casual. It doesn't work. He is as transparent as his window pane sized glasses. Look, talking neutrally like this, wearing nothing, feels awkward. Actually, somehow, it's even more awkward to be naked in front of someone when they can't see me being naked, to say nothing of the fact that he's naked as well. I try to brush the feeling off with little success. Money? Sure. Awesome. Wait, why do you need it? Can't you just give it to me because I had the goodwill not to run through your pockets while you were in the shower? I could have, but I exercised restraint. And in the end, isn't it the thought that counts? Come on, be a pal. This makes no sense. If it's the thought that counts, I should withhold payment since his thoughts were so clearly impure and his intentions are probably even more sinister since he can't tell me what they are. I say as much to him. I'm offended, man, but if that is your game, then fine. I guess I have no choice. I want to order a pizza and I already have most of the cost of the pizza. Pizza, I need your help for the rest. I get some of that pizza too, right? No. Are you serious? Yeah, I could give you some, but you have class. You don't have time to eat a pizza. What about you? Voice crack. I'm not going to class. I have to wait for the pizza and pay the guy and then eat it. It's not easy. You have to obtain the pizza stealthily. If you don't, everyone will see you and the pizza and they will ask for a slice. Well, that is how kids are. Well, high schoolers are. Because if you have something good, they'll be like, can I have some? And then the next day, if you have something they want, thinking they will be like, oh man, can I have some? They act all buddy to you. You're like, I'm gonna smack you across the face if you ask me one more time. And freaking lay off the chimichangas. It's a hard world out there. Everyone wants a piece. Then you're left pizzaless in an unforgiving world. It happened before. That's how I know. Every day, I plan my vengeance. So that when the people who wrong me order a pizza, I will be there. Ever vigilant. Kenji strikes a dramatic pose completely without irony. What is up with everybody doing striking poses? But yeah, I will only need like 400 yen. Please, you're my only hope. I can't go outside and buy my own pizza, it's too far. I try not to go out unless it's absolutely necessary. Let me tell you what happened the last time I went out without carefully planning it out in advance. I was outside. I can't remember what I was doing. Something? Standing? Maybe wondering how I got there. And then, out of nowhere, it happened. Like a flash of lightning, splitting the sky like how you split a sandwich into 2 equal pieces to make it more manageable to hold and eat. A bird crapped on my head. That escalated quickly. It was the second most shocking moment of my life. What was the first? He ignores me and keeps going. I want to grab him and shake him. Is he just trying to keep momentum? I'll go with that, even if it's more likely he just didn't hear me. It was like in the opening to some kind of anime show, you know? How there was always a part where the main dude is fighting his rival, and then fly at each other and clash swords, and there's like big dramatic colored auras in zoom. It was like that, but with poop. Okay. So yeah, I need some money, please. Don't leave me hanging. I only need like 1,000 yen. 1,000 yen? That's like $10. Come on. I thought it was 400. Okay. What? I'll pay you back. I swear. You better. That's what it means to borrow stuff. I don't know when I'll be able to pay you back. You have 1 week. Freaking neat. What? Kenji winces and makes a noise like a dying cow. Moo. A practically disturbing fact given that his baton is conducting freely. Baton? Ugh. Oh god, I don't know. You're not supposed to be so tight-assed about money between brothers and arms, man. Men have it bad enough as it is. Did you know that male porn stars only make about half of what female porn stars make? That doesn't mean anything unless you're a porn star. So maybe I am a porn star on the side, struggling to make ends meet as I fight the feminist agenda. And you can't even spot me your crumbs, you bastard. Nobody understands, nobody. Wouldn't feminists be against pornography in the first place? This feminist agenda stuff again? This stuff is important. I can see that you didn't give a shit, but this is serious here. Feminists are a dangerous enemy. Make no mistake. You take them lightly and you'll wake up in the morning with a knife in your back. BAM! Out of nowhere. Well, that's what you get for, sleeping with a psychotic psychopath. How do you wake up in the morning if someone stabbed you in your sleep? Women are terrible at stabbing things. I thought you just said don't take them lightly. Well, don't take them lightly for the big things. Individually, they're not a threat, but if there was some kind of war, like a big war, with men on one side and the feminist forces on the other side, it would be pretty ugly. And that day will come when the feminists come out of their central top secret worldwide feminist headquarters and say, "It's on now, motherfuckers!" I completely forgot how ridiculous this conversation went. You're being ridiculous. There's no big worldwide feminist headquarters building. Where would you even hide that? I mean, have to be massive. You couldn't hide that on Earth. Someone would notice a big fortress with women only in it. Who said it was on Earth? I turn away from Kenji and start practicing frowning faces in a mirror so that I can figure out what kind of frown I will best express my emotions. He can't see me from this distance anyway. Which unfortunately means that he just keeps on ranting without any regard to sense or sensibility. Yeah, there is a war going on. A war not many know about, but it's a great one that will one day boil over and encompass all of the known world. Then, we will have to pick sides. We will have to make a stand. In fact, it's happening right now. Imagine it, the bloody battlefield, a vicious conflict without end. Well, bollocks. I almost gave up when I thought this cause was silly, when I grew tired of the bleakness of our fight, when I mistook the time the power went out for a feminist raid. I thought the end was near. Then I realized that if I gave up, it would all be over, and I was like, whoa. And I knew I had to get serious because I'm the last sane man in an insane world. It's about duty. Duty. Must be a pretty crappy movement if it all hinges on one naked guy ranting in the bathroom at another naked guy. So can I have the money? He's blocking the way out. It's getting cold because I'm still naked and I want to go to class. So I agreed to spot him the money. Awesome, thanks dude. We should go bowling later. Bowling? Robert Bowling. Brink 2. Yeah, it's the ultimate sport. There are almost no women bowlers either, making it also the manliest sport. Should I wear my pink bowling shirt with matching shoes or the pastel green with flower accents? There are bowling clothes? Maybe. Anyway, you had better pay me back. I can pay you back in stuff, right? I don't have the time to ask him to elaborate on what that means. I don't know, I have to get to class. You're kind of in the way. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't want to hold you up and have some stuff to do myself. The time has come. The time for what? I just like saying that. Okay, now the time has really come. For what? I have to use the bathroom. Get out of here. Get out of it? Wait, what? I was just going to. And what does that mean? It's a big bathroom. So? I have to be alone or I can't go. The pressure. Okay. What if someone else comes in? I'll think of something. Well, that's not awkward. I give him my practice frown and it looks kind of silly reflected in his glasses. He either doesn't notice or doesn't see. Anyway, so I get dressed and run back to my room feeling as though an eternity has passed since I woke up. That is time I will never get back. I'll get him for this somehow. But right now... Oh, that was weird. But right now, I have to get to class. Wow, that was my first burp I have ever recorded. I'm the first person in class today, although I think I'm a little too early. Then again, sitting alone here for 20 minutes sure beats having to suffer that time with Kenji. The combination of fatigue, frustration, and boredom starts to make me feel very tired. I black out for a second, waking up when my head hits the surface of my desk. Rubbing my forehead, I realize this is as good a reason as any to stay up for now and stop coming to class so early later. Eventually I hear a tapping noise outside in the hallway, and Lily's tall figure appears on the doorway. Really? She's not in this class, so she must have some other business. Maybe she's looking for Hanako. Lily stops at the door looking hesitant as if she was a vampire who can't come in unless invited. I'm considered doing so because she looks rather lonesome standing there. She steps in on her own accord though. After straightening her skirt and shirt collar, as if it was of importance to look prim, when entering our classroom. Excuse me? She calls into the quiet classroom with a probing, delicate voice. I realize the silence might unnerve her because of her blindness, so I break it. Good morning, Holly. Hisao? Good morning. I didn't hear you come in. I wonder if she thinks it's suspicious I didn't say anything to her before. It's likely if I were to tell too big a lie now, it would sink me. Well, I was already here. I was already here, just asleep until now. Oh, have you seen Hanako today, by any chance? No, she seems to come in only just before the bell rings, or after that. Do you want me to tell her something for you? No, it's fine. It's strange, but I think we're the only two people in the school right now. I didn't hear anyone else on my way here. I shouldn't have gotten up so early today, I guess. You're chastising yourself for doing something that other people should. Punctuality is a good thing, I think so, anyway. It's a very busy morning today. The festival is coming up soon, and today is the deadline for event registration, budget reports, and any other official paperwork. It could be that everyone is trying to complete the necessary forms at the last minute. Maybe that is why it's so quiet today. Hi. Oh, great. Yay. Misha pops into the room with Shizune as if on cue, shouting with a loudness that makes Lily visibly flinch. Hiya, Chan. Hi. I swear to God, I want to murder you so badly right now. Look, it's the class Look, it's the class representative. Hello. Lily smiles, probably amused by Misha's or Shizune's use of the word look. Good morning. Oh God, no. Of course, you're not the representative of this class, right? I'm not. Lily seems a little more guarded in her answers to Shizune than she was with me the other day. I guess they really don't get along at all. Well, because they're the opposites. Then I realized that Lily might actually not know Shizune is present, and she's trying to detect whether or not she is, to know who she is talking to. For all she knows, she's talking to Misha, but knowing that she and Shizune are practically inseparable, she might expect Shizune being the one that actually talks. Damn, how complicated. I just had to help Lily out, for my own peace of mind more than anything else. You're here early, Shizune. Oh. You were here even earlier than us. Misha puffs out her cheeks angrily. Why is she getting angry? Does she feel emotions on Shizune's behalf too? Are they connected? It's not that weird though, that Shizune didn't like my little comment. It's true I was here earlier than them, so me saying something like that could definitely be misinterpreted as anything. Especially to Shizune, who doesn't have the benefit of hearing tone to gauge intent. Before I can start weighing whether or not I should apologize, Shizune has already moved on. Don't you dare be class rep. It's a good thing you're here. We have to talk. Ah, God. The festival's coming up in 3 days, right? Every other class has already handed in their projected budget reports for their events. Even the first years, except you. Oh my God, there's still time to hand it in, isn't there? Today! The deadline is today! You're certainly taking your time, weren't you? If I had it my way... Wait, what? Wait, if I have... Okay, you're gonna be the Burger King? You're gonna have it your way? I'd have had all the necessary paperwork days ago, but someone had to say the deadline, please extend it. Yes, that was me. Planning something on this scale is not a small task, and a week is too small a time frame to expect a whole class to work out such a complex issue completely. Do you want to know what's harder than distributing distributing the funds of one class event? Handling the same matter for every class in the school and then some. The one who does that is me. Misha puts her hands on her hips and stands up straight, like that. Wow, she's really getting into the role. Lily doesn't look like she's very amused though. Hey Shizune, aren't you being a little too hard on her? There's still a whole day left. Please, Hisao, it's alright. Lily seems happy I'm taking her side, but a bit conflicted that I might not think she can take care of herself. If this is about the budget, then I'm disappointed. Oh, I'm disappointed you think I have forgotten about it. I understand how important it is. Then, can I have it please? No. Shizune, she might not have it on her at this exact second. It's not here right now. I asked 2 students to take care of it for me, students from my class. She emphasizes the last sentence, much to my surprise. She knows about Shizune and Misha's efforts to rope me into the student council. I guess word must have gotten around, so now she's using me as ammo against Shizune. This just gets better and better. Oh, don't tell me they're gonna go in that weird clash animation thing. It was your responsibility. A budget report isn't something you should just be delegating away. As class rep, it's your job to be on top of things. This kind of disregard for proper procedure is really just terrible. They completed it, being capable of doing so, but the students have been sick recently, so they could not come to school and give it back to me. If you want it, I will apologize on their behalf for getting sick. Oh, okay, I didn't, the it word wasn't there. Okay. Although Misha misses Lily's little jab entirely, Shizune doesn't, and she seems torn between being offended by Lily's daring and jumping for joy as the prospect of a challenge. Lily, don't they live here at the school? There's a 5-minute walk, you know. What could they possibly have that prevents them from taking 5 minutes out of their busy lives to drop off something that will affect the enjoyment of their entire class? Well, aren't you just a snooty patootie? Lily opens her mouth to say something, but Shizune closes the gap between them and starts signing furiously, waving her hands around like an orchestra conductor. Misha tries her best to convey the same passion, but I can't seem to lose her normal cheerful tone. The result is interesting and somewhat surreal. And what's with that attitude? I said it's not something you should be delegating away. Are you the class representative or aren't you? Tell me the names of those 2 students. They should have your job if you can't even handle something this simple yourself. She gave the forms to them. One form isn't the full extent of what I'm supposed to take care of. Lily's tone is growing slightly impatient, and she's doing a good job of not letting Shizune see how unsettled she is becoming. She's playing her cards close to her chest. Well, that was weird. If we could get off right here and all of a sudden it popped up. Shizune, on the other hand, wraps her finger cheerfully along the edge of her glasses, knowing Lily can neither hear nor see how excited she is. Oh, good. Well, that's perfect. That's an advantage right there. Of course, you do so much class rep. It must be so difficult being you. Well, she's blind. That's my only reason. Lily tightens her lips at Misha's words, clearly understanding the intent behind them, even though Misha delivers them without even a hint of the sarcasm which they were meant to have. Shizune and Lily don't like each other. That much is clear. But this seems a little much. It seems a little much. What? A little much. It seems like Lily has had enough and is ready to push back. Okay, there's that random animation thing again. Okay. I was actually just discussing the budget report before you came by. You must be very talented to have finished all your student council duties so quickly that you can track me down to make sure I don't forget my own. Are you... I just wanted to just Misha right there. Are you accusing me of slacking off? It seems like you're confusing me with yourself. Oh my god. I can't take this seriously, really. I don't think so. That would be a very difficult thing for me to do, comparing myself to you. You're right, the difference between us is like heaven and hell. I wonder who's heaven and who's hell. And it's not hard to guess which one you might represent. Oh, well, that's below the belt. The air between them ripples with the heat of their enmity. I just wonder if there's something that random stuff like that. Well, not really. They can't disguise it anymore, though. Even Misha looks like she's beginning to understand the real nature of this conversation. Hichan, don't you slack off either. What are you talking about? I'm not part of this. Aren't you taking part in the festival, Hichan? You are, aren't you? Then, I hope you're going to do a lot more to make sure it goes smoothly than this person. I don't understand why Shizune is suddenly getting mad at me. Well, out of this decision... Oh, wait, I gotta scratch my head. So, I guess since this is almost 50 minutes. Why am I recording like 50 minutes and stuff for this? But after that, I should stop recording, and I guess I should really think about what I should really choose, even though it's right there. So as always, I hope you guys have a great day. Whenever we write something and we like erase this chalk, it just smears. So it looks like somebody freaking made a scribble line and just smeared it across the across the chalkboard. Who does that now? When the final bell sounds, I realize that there is still a lot of time left in the day, and I'm left wondering what to do. It's odd at the hospital.